In the first scene, we witness a character named Vadevu approaching an ambulance driver and requesting a ride. However, the driver refuses, stating that the ambulance is solely for patients. In response, Vadevu knocks him out with a rod and takes control of the ambulance. In the subsequent scene, Vadevu kidnaps a broker who is on his way to work. At a hospital, a doctor instructs his assistant to demand payment before admitting a patient. Strangely, when the doctor enters an elevator, he mysteriously disappears upon its reopening. Later, a surgeon receives a phone call while jogging with his wife. He also demands payment before performing a surgery. Just then, Vadevu arrives and kidnaps the surgeon as well. The news of the kidnappings spreads throughout the city, leading the police to receive information about the suspect. A group of officers, led by DCP Rothnovel, heads to the location provided. The officers break into a room and apprehend a man named Muran, who is revealed to be a doctor. However, the crowd outside claims his innocence, causing Muran to smile and wave at them despite his arrest. Rothnovel takes Muran to an abandoned building instead of a police station to investigate his true identity. In a flashback, Muran and Vadevu are seen checking in at the Paris airport. They are stopped by airport security and taken to a separate room. While there, Muran witnesses a woman collapsing and decides to assist her. However, security prevents him from leaving, leading to a scuffle. Eventually, Muran successfully performs a life-saving surgery on the woman. Afterward, Muran receives an award for his humanitarian efforts and is portrayed as a kind and humble doctor who provides medical care to the poor at a nominal fee. He emphasizes his goal of establishing the medical profession as a social service rather than a business. However, not everyone is convinced, including a doctor named Arjun. Arjun approaches Muran and suggests joining his hospital to earn more money together. Muran politely declines but becomes stern when Arjun continues to manipulate him. Meanwhile, Arjun decides to postpone his flight rather than traveling in an economy class. Muran video calls his mother and receives advice to find a suitable girl for marriage. Later, Muran and Vadevu visit a coffee shop where they encounter Pallavi, who is short on cash. Muran offers to lend her money and impresses her with a magic trick. While they are talking, thugs enter the restaurant and threaten everyone for money. Muran uses his magical abilities to defeat the thugs and protect Pallavi. Days pass, and Muran's bond with Pallavi strengthens. They follow Dr. Arjun and end up meeting Pallavi's friend. Muran invites Pallavi and Arjun to his magic show, where he performs daring tricks. In a shocking twist, Muran reveals his true identity and exacts revenge by killing Arjun on stage. Vadevu drops the curtain, and they escape. A VIP named Daniel arrives at the crime scene, expressing his frustration over losing his friend, Dr. Arjun. He instructs the police to capture the magician and doctor responsible before they can harm him. Muran returns home and is warmly welcomed by the society. Later, the health minister shows gratitude for Muran's assistance and appoints him as the chairman of the medical council. Tara, a news reporter, is tasked with persuading Muran for an interview. She visits Muran's hospital, and during the interview, Muran expresses his belief in providing free medical services to the poor. His views resonate with the audience, except for a doctor named Arjun. The film returns to the present, where Muran is being questioned by Rothnovel. Muran explains his motive for kidnapping the doctor, surgeon, broker, and ambulance driver. In a series of flashbacks, we learn about Muran and Vadevu's past, their village's struggle against an industrial factory, and their efforts to establish a hospital. We also discover the corruption and betrayal they faced from doctors Daniel and Arjun, resulting in the death of Muran's mother and the loss of their hospital. Muran's twin brother, Vatri, emerges, and together they seek justice and vengeance against those responsible. They confront Daniel, leading to intense confrontations and eventually the demise of Daniel and his men. In the end, Muran, Vatri, and their cause gain the trust and support of the public. However, Vatri is imprisoned for the murders. Inside the prison, he hears about another injustice, and using his magic trick, he disappears, indicating his next mission has begun. Vatri, now in prison, learns about another case of injustice involving corrupt medical personnel. Determined to continue his mission, he uses his magical abilities to escape from prison, leaving everyone astonished. Meanwhile, Muran, who has taken on the identity of Vadri, works to expose the corrupt medical system and provide free medical care to the underprivileged. He becomes a symbol of hope and change in society. Tara, the news reporter who initially sought to interview Moran, starts investigating the corruption and joins forces with him. Together, they uncover evidence of widespread medical malpractice and expose the truth to the public through news reports. As Moran and Tara gain support and gather evidence against the corrupt doctors, their movement spreads across the country. People from all walks of life join hands to support their cause, demanding justice and a reformation of the medical system. The public's outrage reaches its peak, putting immense pressure on the authorities to take action. The government, under public pressure, establishes an independent commission to investigate the corruption in the medical profession. Moran, now hailed as a hero, continues to provide free medical services and works tirelessly to improve healthcare access for the needy. He establishes more hospitals and medical facilities in underprivileged areas, ensuring that no one is denied treatment due to financial constraints. Over time, Moran's efforts and the collective voice of the people lead to sweeping reforms in the medical sector. The government enacts new regulations to prevent corruption, improve transparency, and make healthcare more affordable and accessible to all. Moran's dream of establishing the medical profession as a social service rather than a business begins to materialize. The perception of doctors as compassionate healers and providers of care is restored. As the story concludes, Moran's legacy lives on as a symbol of compassion, integrity, and perseverance. His journey inspires a new generation of doctors and activists to fight for justice, stand against corruption, and prioritize the well-being of patients above all else. The film ends on a hopeful note, emphasizing the power of unity, truth, and the indomitable spirit of those who strive to make a positive impact in society.